What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are actually going to be doing another declutter. I did a declutter, I want to say about 1 to 2, probably like 2 months ago, I want to say. I just feel like I need to do the finishing touches to that declutter. I just feel like I could have done a little bit better. I still want majority of my blushes that aren't palettes to fit all in one drawer. So we are going to be decluttering quite a few different categories. I feel like I want to get to blushes, bronzers, highlighters, and lip products. So yeah, so that is what we're going to be focusing on in today's video. If you enjoy declutters or any other type of beauty videos, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell. That way you'll be notified every single time I upload a video. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys, can you see the mess that is behind me? So like I'm trying to get all the blushes like into frame here, but there's a lot of blushes. Obviously these are all just blushes. Obviously I have more blushes in like palettes that come with bronzers, highlighters, so I'm not gonna probably focus on just face palettes today. I'm just gonna focus on just, you know, individually blushes. These are obviously palettes, but they're just blushes. They don't have bronzers or highlighters in them. First one to get looked at is this one right here. This one is from Bare Minerals. It's the Gen Nude in the shade Bellini Brunch. This one, guys, is my favorite blush of all time. It is matte, but the formula is amazing. So this one is definitely staying in my collection. This one is from BH Cosmetics, and to be honest, guys, I keep it because I feel like I'm going to use it like in the summertime. I don't have a lot of bold blushes, but I don't know, I just, something about it keeps telling me to declutter it, and honestly it feels very dry and like chalky. So yeah, it's a beautiful color. I would love to have a color like this in my collection, but this one is just not gonna be it, so I'm gonna declutter it. I love this blush, and it's not the cheapest either. I forgot how much this costs, but it's a L'Oreal True Match blush, and these blushes are not cheap. It is a drugstore blush, of course, but you know, L'Oreal can be a little bit more higher end. I love this blush and I love this color, but I just cannot get it to show up on me, even like at my fairest moments. I believe this is a blush that is for very fair people. And it's just, yeah, it's just not a blush for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass this forward. It's a beautiful blush and I love how it looks like, because I did see someone wear it and I was like, oh my god, I need that in my life. But it's almost like a little bit of a darker of a setting powder for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this. This one is another one of my favorite blushes. Like, I don't know if you can see like the dip in this, but like I am 100% keeping. This one is from MAC. I did get this actually from Ross, I think it was, or no, TJ Maxx. I got this from TJ Maxx. And sadly, it's like broken, but I mean, you can still use it. But it did come broken already. So I'm excited to try it. I haven't even tried it yet. So yeah, so I'm gonna keep this. This is another favorite of mine. This one's from Burt's Bees and it is in the shade Toasted Cinnamon. This is another one that I believe, yeah, it's like broken, but it's so freaking good. And to be honest, I feel like it's a darker version of this one, which is probably why I feel like it's a little bit of a darker version of this one, which is why I think I love it. Like, it is darker, but yeah, so I kind of get the same effect. So that's why I'm gonna keep this. This one, I think I'm gonna keep. I really use a lot of it. Like, it's like very flat almost. It's one of my favorite blushes. I love using this one in the winter. It's such a beautiful blush, and so I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one. Another favorite of mine is from Ciate London. It's kind of similar to that. It's that marble blush. This one is absolutely beautiful as well, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep that one too. This one is a ColourPop blush, and it is just a super hot pink blush. I keep telling myself I'm gonna keep it and wear it because, you know, maybe I wanna do like a cute hot pink look. But to be honest, I just don't think this is gonna flatter my skin tone. So I am gonna go ahead and pass this forward. All right, so this one is from Believe Beauty, and I got it for, to be honest, I only bought it for a video that I done for Full Face of Believe Beauty. This one is in the shade Gallivanter, and I really do like it, but to be honest, it looks very similar to, this one's in the shade, what is the shade? Mellow Wine. So I feel like these shades look very, very similar. So I'm gonna keep the Wet n Wild one, and I'm gonna go ahead and move this one along, and hopefully someone else will be able to use it. This is a like mauve blush, and it's so freaking pretty. The only thing is though, is like it doesn't show up too well on my skin tone. I'm trying to see if there's anything similar. So I do feel like these two are very similar actually, only this one has a little bit of shimmer and this one is more matte. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one and pass this one along. So I feel like I have a lot of peachy blushes. So let's look at those. Let's move these to the side for a quick second and bring down the peachy blushes. So this one is a all matte blush palette, and so is this one. This one is Keep It Peachy from Wet n Wild, which I do absolutely love. And then this one is in the shade Creamy Peach from Believe Beauty. And whoops, this one's like not super peachy, but it's kind of peachy. It's from Luminoso from Milani, but it's definitely on the peachy side. So right off the bat, I want to say I'm going to keep Luminoso because, like, why not? And then I think I'm going to keep the Wet n Wild one because, again, it reminds me actually a lot like the this one. Like, I think this one, I keep going back to this blush because I really like it, but it kind of reminds me of this one, but a little bit more peachier as well. So I really wish this worked for me because I really did like it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna keep this one and just get rid of this one probably. Yeah, because I feel like this one and this, they're very similar in shade. This one might be a little bit darker, just a little bit, but they both have like a satin finish. So it's a nice blush. I do like it, but I don't need all these blushes. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass it forward because it's a beautiful blush and someone else can probably get more use out of it. This one is a newer one from ColourPop when they came out with their like Wild Life collection. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, and I really actually do like this blush. So this one is a keeper. This one is from Milani, and honestly the reason I got this one is because it reminded me a lot like the one that I love from Laura Geller. Like, it just reminded me so much of it, and I want to see if it was a dupe. So I haven't played around too much with this to go ahead and declutter it, because this one is just my all-time favorite. So I'm gonna keep it and see. So this one is from Makeup Geek. This one is such a pretty pinky color, like a baby pink. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep this because I don't think I have much. Do I? Let me see. I don't think I have anything similar, but I feel, no, this one's more mauve and this one's actually more pinky. It's definitely similar. I could definitely most likely get rid of this and just keep this palette. But I think I'm gonna keep this. This one's a newer palette to my collection, so definitely keeping. All right. This one, I honestly can't remember if I like this one or not. I think I have an issue with it showing up. I think that's my problem with this. because to be honest, like, no pigment. Yeah, it's more like gold shimmer than anything. I mean, maybe it's just because of my skin tone. This would probably look a lot better on more fair skin tones. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and pass this along. It's a beautiful color, and I wish it would have worked out. Maybe a different color would work better for me, but I'm gonna go ahead and pass this along. This one is in the shade Floral Fantasy from Milani, and I absolutely love these blushes. I love the tones. I love the colors. This one I do have to build up for it to show up on me, but I can get it to show up on me. And then these two are a little bit darker and deeper, so they definitely do show up. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep those. So I already did a big declutter. Like I said, oh, baby's crying. Be right back. So as I was saying earlier, keep in mind that this is not the first time I'm decluttering my makeup in like a year. I just did a huge big declutter a couple months ago, like 1 or 2 months ago. So this is just me fine combing it because like I said, I knew I could do a little bit better. So I am actually getting rid of though these blushes here, which I think is freaking amazing for like my declutter part 2. So I'm getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm getting rid of like 7 blushes, which is crazy. This is the drawer that my blushes go in. So let me see. I did go ahead and rinse it out. I'm not expecting palette to fit in. I usually store my palette separately, but let's see how these fit. Guys, I think we did it. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Well, I got rid of 7 blushes, so that would make sense if these actually do fit in. But like, if I didn't have these 3, I could easily even fit in like a palette on the side, but that's okay. So all my single blushes now fit in one drawer, which is amazing. So I'm so excited about that. So now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to bronzers. Lord help me. All right, so now we got bronzers. So I feel like my bronzers are not as bad as the blushes. I only actually have 1 bronzer that doesn't fit in the drawer, but the rest of them do. So I just want to quickly just look through here and just make sure that, you know, there isn't anything that I want to declutter. This one is one of my favorite bronzers, so absolutely not. I freaking love this bronzer, and I will pan it because I love it so much. This one, I think I'm going to pass it along. It's a nice bronzer. It's Bitten and Bronzed Matte Bronzer. It is a nice bronzer, but I don't know. I just think I'm gonna go ahead and pass it forward. I don't reach for a whole lot. This one here, I am gonna keep. This one's newer. This one's from LA Colors. And it's a nice cool tone bronzer. So this one's nice for the winter time. This one is a nice one as well. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it, but this one is from Makeup Revolution. It's Holiday Romance. So this one is a maybe. This one is from Tarte. It is their Park Avenue Princess. And that's what that one looks like. We might keep it, maybe, we'll see. I did pan one already that was this size, and so I know I do enjoy it, but we will see. This one is a small one from Dollar Tree. So it's cute, it's tiny. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it. It would be a nice summer bronzer, but I do have a lot of bronzers, so maybe, I don't know. Let me see. Okay, this one is a really nice summer bronzer. I can only really wear this one in the summer. This one is from Ulta, and it is their baked bronzer. But yeah, so this one's a really nice one. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one for sure. So actually, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this one. for sure. These two, like I said, are maybes. This one, I need to play with it. They have a bronzer that I freaking love that I panned. I'm not sure how I feel about this one though. So I'm gonna keep it, give it a try this summer, see if I can continue to play with it and if I like it. If not, I'll declutter it then. But I think it's just very similar to this one, like the tone in a way and like the shimmer. So I'm gonna get rid of this one for sure and keep this one. This one is one of my favorites. This one is from Ulta Beauty. It's their matte bronzer. And you can see I'm starting, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm starting to like see like the pan ring. So we're gonna go ahead and finish this one off. This one is also a favorite of mine. This one is from e.l.f. It is in the shade Forever Sunkissed. I love this bronzer so much. So it's a matte bronzer. So we're gonna go ahead and keep her. This one's new. I haven't even tapped into this one yet. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to pull it off in the summer or winter. It looks kind of light, but you never know. So this one's a brand new one. So I'm definitely gonna keep her. And guys, I just ordered another bronzer from Cialte, so that's great. This one is a new one as well. This one's from Milani. It is their 03 Suntan Silky Matte Bronzer. This one's new. I do have one that I just decluttered because it shattered into a million pieces. And I was like, I have so many bronzers. It's fine. I could have saved it, but it was 02 and it was just a little bit too light. It barely showed up. So this one is in shade 03, but I didn't even have a chance to open it yet. But yeah, so we can definitely keep her. I don't think I'm gonna get rid of a whole lot of bronzers like I did blushes, because like I said, I definitely decluttered already and I feel like I had way more blushes than bronzers. So this one is a great summertime bronzer because it's really warm. This one's from LA Colors in the shade Beach Babe. So I think I'm gonna keep her as well because again, it's a great summer bronzer. This one is bronzer and contour palette from City Bronzer from Maybelline. This is another one that I'm starting to be able to see a little teeny tiny bit of pan ring in it because I do use it a lot. And I really do like it. So it's a nice bronzer for the winter and I think I can even pull it off in the summer. Mine's in the shade 200. So yeah, so I'm definitely going to keep this one. I don't know if I'll be able to fit this one in here. No, this one just won't fit because it's just too big. So no matter what, it's not gonna fit in here. This one, don't know. I think I'm gonna, I don't know guys. I think I'm gonna pass it forward. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and pass this one forward. I don't think did I even touch it yet? I don't think I did. But like I said, I already did finish one already. And I think it shows up a little bit muddy on my skin. I don't remember exactly, but I don't even know how I finished the other one. But I'm gonna go ahead and pass this one along. So that's 3 bronzers and then this one here, but to be honest, it's so light it doesn't show up on me, so I'm gonna get rid of this one too. So we're getting rid of 4 bronzers. I don't think that's horrible. Oh, actually the big one now fits in here. If I just slant it, it'll fit. So, and there's like room as well, so that's great. So I think it's fine. Bronzers are great, they're good. So yeah, we're getting rid of 4 bronzers. So now we have some highlighters. Honestly guys, I think I have a highlighter problem. I definitely have a lot of highlighters. So we definitely need to go through these and start decluttering because this is just getting out of hand. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get into this. And I forgot to mention guys, I'm only doing powder. So I still have cream blushes, liquid highlighters, cream bronzers. So I don't need all of this. So yeah, I don't think I barely touched my highlighter drawer when I did my last declutter because I was like, there's nothing I want to get rid of. So we're going to start off with something I know I'm gonna keep for sure. This one is from Revlon. It's their Skin Lights highlighter. If you guys like the high-end Emerald highlighter, everyone's saying that this is a really good dupe for it. I never tried that highlighter, and that one I don't think is sold anymore. So I love this highlighter so much, so I can see why people love the higher end one. But yeah, I am gonna keep her because I just started loving her so freaking much. This one is from e.l.f. and guys, this highlighter is freaking gorgeous. It's in the shade White Gold, and to be honest, I just can't get it to work for me. Like, it looks pretty, but like it barely shows up. I really scratched through it and tried, and there are a lot of people say you just have to get that first layer off. I don't know, I just can't get it to work for me, and I want to keep it, I want to love it, I want to use it, but it reminds me a lot like this one anyways, and it's just not working out for me, so I'm gonna say goodbye to her. This one is from It Cosmetics, and it is in the shade Radiance. I really like this highlighter. It's a nice one, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one. I do have some cream highlighters in here that are like in a pan, so it's like I'm looking at these two specifically because I'm like, these two kind of look similar. So this one's from Pretty Vulgar, so that's what this one looks like, and then this one, maybe they're not similar. They looked similar from far away. Yeah, they're not. This one is in the shade Gilden Glory. That looks kind of deep. So I don't know. I really do like it, but it does look kind of deep. So we'll see. But this one, I'm like swatching, guys. I'm sorry. I'm like trying to figure out if I really want to keep this one. I think I will. I think I'll keep her. I do reach for her and I do use her, so we will keep her. This one's from ColourPop. It says blush, but like, who's gonna wear this as a blush? Like, who? It's so freaking pretty, but like, no one's gonna wear that as a blush. But yeah, it's so pretty. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass this forward because it's like showing up almost white on my skin tone. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass that one along as well. This one is not going anywhere. This one is a Jaclyn Hill highlighter. This one's in the shade Iced. It's their mini one because honestly, guys, I have so many highlighters. I think I made the right decision to buy a small mini one. So yeah, so this one is not going absolutely anywhere. This one is in the, oop, this one's falling apart and breaking. This one's in the shade Precious Pearls, and I love ColourPop highlighters. Yeah, that's so pretty. Keeping. Oh my god, even though the packaging is like falling apart. But this one is a Becca highlighter. I do have quite a few little mini Becca highlighters that I got at, I think, Ross or TJ Maxx. So Becca's going out of business. They are closing, so we are keeping this. This is like a blush and highlight duo, and to be honest, I don't know why it's in here. I have my like combo palettes separate, so this highlighter is way too dark. If it was just a highlighter, it would definitely be getting decluttered, but I love this blush. It's in the shade Spice Apple, so I love this blush. So I'm gonna put that off to the side. This is a beautiful highlighter from Milani. I'm gonna keep it. It's in the shade Champagne Dioro, I don't even know. It's a beautiful highlighter. Keep him. This one is in the shade Heavenly. This is from Koki Cosmetics, and it's such a beautiful highlighter. Love it, so I'm keeping it. These are cream highlighters, and I freaking love these for the days that I do natural makeup but want a little bit of glow. So I am gonna keep both of these. I know, guys, I got rid of 2 highlighters so far. I'm struggling, okay? These highlighters here are like just very, they're pretty, but I don't need both of these. So I think I'm gonna get rid of this one here, the sugar high one. I think someone will be able to get more use out of this one than this one, because this one has, like I said, a purple reflex, which is so fun and like cute for a special look. Oh my god, it's different. Versus this one is just like a shimmery gold highlighter. I don't need both in my collection, so I think I'm just gonna pass this one along and keep my Artist Couture one. Although I really feel some type of way passing this one along because I just got it recently for, I think, Christmas. It came in like a collection, so I'm obviously keeping a lot from that box. But this one, like, it's not a bad highlighter. I just obviously I don't need to lose highlighters when I barely touch any of them, you know. This one is a beautiful highlighter from the Dollar Tree. It looks like it would be super light for me, but it actually isn't. It has a good amount of gold undertone in it, and it's great for inner corner as well. So this one is a super great affordable $1 highlighter. This one is great for the summer as like a blush topper or, you know, highlighter for when I'm super tan. This one is in the shade Peach Glow, and yeah, so we are gonna keep her. And then this one is from Dose of Colors. So this one is she's old. She really is old, and I don't know, this one is in the shade, this one is in the shade Fuego. It's the Dose of Colors Desi and Katie highlighter, and I mean, I love her so much, so we're gonna keep her. I just can't get rid of it, and it's like, I think this, I don't know if they still even sell this, so we are gonna keep her. Okay, so these two are honestly just too dark for me. I just don't think I feel like I need them in my collection. So this one's the Master Chrome, and I'm not saying they're bad highlighters. They're great highlighters. They're blinding, but they're just too dark. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe it was summertime when I got these highlighters. I'm not sure. I have a lot of like more winter, spring, fall skin tone highlighters. I don't need many dark highlighters because summer doesn't last that long. I feel like it flies by and I lose my tan pretty quickly. So I don't need like a whole lot of dark highlighters. So I'm going to get rid of these two highlighters. This one is a darker one that I think would look beautiful in the summer. So again, I don't need 1,000 of them. So I'm going to keep this one. This one is from Ofra Cosmetics. We all know they do highlighters so freaking good. So far I have two really nice different tone highlighters that I can use for the summer. This one is absolutely gorgeous as well. This one is from Makeup Revolution. And I feel like it is a Charlotte Tilbury dupe for her mega highlighter, but it is so gorgeous. I love this highlighter, so we are keeping her. This one is from Laura Lee Cosmetics, or yeah, Laura Lee Los Angeles, and these are both highlighter palettes. This one's in the shade Bronze, which I am definitely going to go ahead and get rid of. I just like, it's just way too dark. I'm never gonna get this dark to be able to use this palette. And like I said, I don't need a huge palette like this for summer when I don't need it. I just don't need it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this one. This one I'm gonna keep playing with it. I do like how it applies with just my fingers. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep her. But as you can see, I have two darker highlighters on this side that I can also use for summer. So we're just going to keep this one. And then this one is super old. It's from Makeup Revolution. It is the Ultra Blush Palette, Golden Sugar 2 Rose Gold. It has a sticker on the back, which is the only way I know what it is because the front is just worn off. Like, it is so worn off. This is like almost 4 years old. And I've been using the heck out of it. As you can see, I've been, like, it's so hard to tell, but I have a huge big dip into this highlighter here. This highlighter just will never work for me. It's way too dark. This one is way too light. I do have to mix it sometimes to get some use out of it. I don't use these blushes. They're just, this one doesn't show up on me. This one is just more glowy than pigmented, and that's also very glowy, so I don't use them either. And then these I actually used to use as bronzer and contour. So I think it's just finally time to not pass it along, but just declutter it. Again, it's almost 4 or 5 years old. And I've really been using it a lot to kind of like pan it, at least the shades that I can get use out of. This one is almost panned. I can feel the bottom of the actual pan. But yeah, so it's just so old, and obviously I have a lot of other highlighters I need to focus on. So I am going to, very sadly, this is not an easy decision. I think about this palette all the time, like every single day, to be honest. Yeah, I'm gonna declutter her. So that gives me room, guys, I think. Let's see. It does. Oh my god, this is exciting. All right, so it looks like the only highlighters that are not going to fit in this drawer is this mega huge one, this palette, of course, and this little one. Yeah, I think I did a good job. So I actually found 3 more palettes. This one is bronzer, this one's a blush palette, and then this one is actually a blush and highlighter palette, which I said I wasn't going to go through, but I never reach for it. It's another matte blush, and it kind of reminds me a lot like my Bare Minerals, like the color. And the highlighter just totally sucks, and it's super old. I mean, look at this packaging. You can tell it's super old by the packaging. So we are going to just be throwing her away. This is another very old blush palette from Profusion. It was really, really nice. I did really, really like it and enjoy it. Loved it a lot, actually. And I just love how it had so many different tones, but it's really, really old and I don't need it. So we are going to get rid of her as well. And then this is a newer bronzer palette. It's from Carter Beauty, just like the blush palette that I just showed you recently. So I'm gonna keep this one because, I mean, it's new, and again, a good amount of summer tones in here, so we're gonna keep her. So we are getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then if you want to count this as 6, we're getting rid of 6 highlighters, which I feel like I could have done better, but I think that's fine. It's fine. It's way better than what I did last time, right?